Namah Shri Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. My salutations to Swami Vivekananda, who was the best among the monks and is equal to 1,000 suns in his spiritual radiance, and who descended on this earth to redeem the sufferings of the mankind. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, as you all know, today we are celebrating Swami Vivekananda's birthday, as per our convenience, of course. As per the Gregorian calendar, it is January 12, and according to the Hindu almanac, this time it has fallen January 21st, that is coming Tuesday. But weekends is most convenient for most of us, our devotees, so that's why we try to keep the weekend. So, when we say, and yesterday also when I had been to Belfast, some people came and they were asking few questions. Wherever I go, generally many people feel and ask the question is, life is full of struggles. Life is a cumbersome, life is full of struggles, or sometimes boredom, all these things. How to overcome this? This is one common question I come across with either adolescent or young or middle-age or old age or whatever. Now when we study, I'm using carefully word called study, not reading. When we study the lives of this great saints, we get lot of inputs, we get lot of answers for our questions. So, taking Swami Vivekananda's life itself, he had a lot of problems, I can't say. He had a lot of challenges, he had a lot of obstacles, lot of hurdles, but he crossed over everything and he raised everything. And Swami Vivekananda's whole message can be 9 volumes, complete works. It can be summarized into 2 words actually. One is Shraddha, the second is Abhi. So Abhi means fearlessness. So there's a interesting definition for fear, that is forget everything and run away. Forget everything and run away. Face everything and rise. So fear is common for all of us. All of us, we have got fear at different levels. So some of us, we forget everything and run away from our life, from our problems, from our responsibilities many times. And some of us, who are successful people, so-called, they face everything and they rise beyond the situations, beyond the problems. That's what we can see in the life of Swami Vivekananda. So today, I will be speaking spiritual struggles in the life of Swami Vivekananda. He also faced a lot of troubles, lot of problems, lot of challenges, but he faced everything and he rise. And all our struggles, basically from our birth to death, all the struggles can be broadly classified into 2 groups or 2 categories. One is external, the other is internal. The external struggle is with the weather. December, January, February will be very challenging for most of us, either in Europe or Ireland, because of less sunlight and the weather and snowy and frost and whatnot. Apart from that, interpersonal relationships, then working atmosphere, different type of external struggles we have got, all of us, and disease and other things. The other one more important is internal struggles. I am struggling actually with myself most of the times, we don't understand. I'm struggling with my mindset, I'm struggling with my attitude, I'm struggling with my actions, I'm struggling with my laziness, and also I'm struggling with my, mostly is ignorance and ego. So this is what internal struggles. So Swami Vivekananda gave emphasis most of the time to his internal struggles. And he says why? Because when the internal struggles are taken care, external struggles become very easy, or it is easy to cross over. And in the life of Swami Vivekananda, if you see, from his young age, he had struggles. When we are small, during adolescent or even lesser than that, we have got also problems. We also have got challenges. Oh, I want toy. I want some sweet meats. I want freedom from mama and papa should not ask anything. I should be left free, whatever I want. I wish to do. Teachers should not ask, should not question, because I want freedom, freedom, freedom. That's what things. Or otherwise, sweet meats, or chocolates, or toys, or maybe bicycle, or whatnot. Swami Vivekananda also had a problem during his adolescent age. What was his problem? Choosing the ideal. So the difference of problems for him and for us, it was completely different. That the problem of choosing the ideal. Every day before going to sleep, more or less, two things used to happen. One thing is, one side, he is very established, very successful in the external world, probably as a solicitor, as a businessman, and is a millionaire with all the great pomp and show, is able to take a life, is able to lead the external successful life. That is the one image he was getting. The other side, completely renunciated, completely depending on the God, and having just lion cloth or cowpinum and just maybe a pair of clothes, and just wandering in search of God. So one is completely mundane life, and the other side is completely life of renunciation. These two images or pictures were placed in front of his mind. He had to select. And the struggle also happened in his mind for quite a few time, or a good amount of time. At some point of time, his grace of his guru and his maturity and all, he selected the life of renunciation, which we all know that. Now, apart from that, he also had few other problems. The problem is, any any beggar, any needy person, if he comes, whatever he gets from his hand, he should give away. So as a result, because they were from aristocratic family, they were rich people, no doubt. So all the costly things, whatever he gets, he used to give away. As a result, many costly things was gifted to the beggars. Then mother, she started having a problem. Then she started, whenever any beggar comes, first instead of attending a beggar, she used to lock him in one room, and afterwards she used to attend to the beggar. That was her problem. And but in spite of putting it under a lock or under someone's care and all, most of the time he used to help the people whatever is possible. So he had one more problem, is what? Because of compassion, because of mercy, so many problems he had to face. And so much so that at the age of maybe 7-8 years probably, he was in the silk white dhoti, very new silk white dhoti was wrapped in on a special occasion on the festival day, and he was made ready and he was fed, breakfast was given, and he was let free. He went out to meet some friends or to play or whatever. Then some beggars saw, and he didn't have any proper clothes and all. So whatever the dhoti, silk costly dhoti he was wearing, or his mother wrapped him, so he removed the dhoti, he gave to him, and he come back. Mother asked, what happened to the dhoti, which we got a new ones, which is a costly silk dhoti, what happened? Oh mother, someone was struggling without a cloth, so of my age more or less, I gave him and came back. So he was always having a struggle, always having a problem out of compassion. Then when he comes to adolescent age, he was a voracious reader, he was good at his studies in his own way, no doubt, and instead of going towards bread and butter, he was always thinking, his mind started thinking of what is the truth, and whether God exists or not, whether it is an hypothetical argument or it is a mere thinking. Because if you see, because of Industrial Revolution, there was a big change in the Western world. Idealism, realism, Frege, Russell, Wittgenstein, all these people came. And apart from that, one of the biggest philosophy in those days in the Vienna Circle was logical positivism. Logical positivists, they started saying that whatever can be verified by our naked eye from the sense organs, that can be accepted, otherwise it is not. So metaphysics cannot be verified from our 5 sense organs of knowledge, Jnanendriyas. That's why metaphysics is meaningless. So they were telling that give away the metaphysics, give away the God, give away the religion, all these things. So quite a good amount of people were influenced. So these ideas also Swami Vivekananda studied. And there was an intellectual turmoil, it went on even in Swami Vivekananda's life, or in Swami Vivekananda's intellect. He started questioning. He didn't become atheist or organized, but he started questioning whether God exists or not. If exists, if anyone has seen. So these are the spiritual problems or intellectual, philosophical problems Swami Vivekananda had. And he was a good singer, we all know that, and had a beautiful God-gifted throat. One day, he went to one of his friend's birthday party. And he was asked to sing because he was a good singer, everyone knew, and he sang. And then also a young lady had come for a dance, because as a part of the birthday party. Then afterwards, somehow, the young lady, or the young girl or a young lady, got attracted to Swami Vivekananda as a young Naren. Then she came and she started talking with young Naren, and Both of them, they started speaking, and somehow she felt very happy, and slowly she opened herself, she opened her heart. And she started telling that what are the problems she has got, financial problems or interpersonal relationships, or some problems she had basically. She started telling them. Young Naren, out of compassion, out of mercy, he listened. He gave a good ear, and after listening, he expressed sorry, he expressed compassion, mercy, and he said, I'm sorry, I will pray, etc. He said. But unfortunately, the young girl or lady, she mistook the behavior of Naren. And she started behaving very weirdly or in a wrong way to Naren. As a young Naren, he has not even come to meet Sri Ramakrishna, nothing has happened. Even at that point of time, as a young Naren, when he understood the wrong intention of the young girl, he immediately said, please don't do this. The moment you do, you are going to hell. You are spoiling your life, you are spoiling your body and mind. Please be pure, and so everything is taken. He gave a piece of advice, and immediately he left that place. See how he was well established in his character. So without that character, without the truth and without the honesty, no spiritual life can be built, that we can see very clearly in Swami Vivekananda's life. Apart from that, when Swami Vivekananda started inquiring with the so-called intellectuals or spiritual giants in the Calcutta, like Keshav Chandra Sen, Devendranath Tagore and all, no one gave a right answer. And meanwhile, Swami Vivekananda's one of the relative, Dr. Ramchandra Datta, who was also a doctor by profession, he said, why do you go here and there? If you want really spirituality, if you want to take a spiritual life really, go to Sri Ramakrishna, who is living in Dakshineshwar. All your questions will be answered, you will get a guidance. And Swami Vivekananda, as a young Naren, he went there. And as we all know that there is a very famous story or incident, we all know that. Straight away he asked that, sir, have you seen God? And Sri Ramakrishna, so straightforward, so simple, straightforward, emphatically, very clearly told, yes, my dear. But only the difference is, I have seen the God much more clearly than I am seeing you. So young Naren, he got a first straight away answer from a person that, yes, I have seen God. Sri Ramakrishna didn't stop there. And he said, if you want to see God, I can help you. So if anyone of us would like to see, Sri Ramakrishna himself is God, keeping apart, if you want to see God, if you want to see divine, if you want to experience the consciousness, so Sri Ramakrishna is there all the time to help us. That he himself has a given clear answer. And the third thing he tells, but how many people want God? Very few people. And here if you see, the young who was well educated, passed out from university, all studied the great intellect, the great young intellect, is meeting one mystic who represented the age-old Indian wisdom, who just had fourth standard in those days, and he didn't know much of philosophies or any isms or whatever. So the East and West meeting, or the science and spirituality, or the intellectual and the intuition, both are merging in these two great people, that is one is Swami Vivekananda, the young Naren, and Sri Ramakrishna. So if you see the whole life of Swami Vivekananda, according to me, it can be classified into three groups. One is a seeker Naren, till meeting Sri Ramakrishna and experiencing Nirvikalpa Samadhi after passing of Sri Ramakrishna. Till then, if you can see that, he is a seeker. He always sought the truth. Whether truth, what is truth and whether it can be experienced and etc. He made his life own experiments. He not only listened, not only read, he also studied, he had meditated, everything, and he experienced Nirvikalpa Samadhi just at the age of 23 or 24. Afterwards, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Sri Ramakrishna had given a couple of instructions for him, everything. He started searching, what is my mission? Because if whoever has studied Swami Vivekananda's life, he has told very clearly, once after experiencing Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Sri Ramakrishna tells, from today onwards, it will be locked. Only once you finish your mother's work, then only it will be unlocked. And Sri Ramakrishna tells that you will be the world teacher. You are going to teach the entire world. Young Naren says, no, all bullshit, I don't want. I want to experience the consciousness or happiness, that's it, I am not bothered. And Sri Ramakrishna had prophesied that your goal will make you to do that. And now you can see, as a missionary, he was searching for what is his mission for almost 4 to 5 years after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, staying in Baranagar Mutt, and quite a few times he tried to go to Himalayas. Every time he goes and he hears some bad news. Either one of his brother disciple is not well, or one of his close, household disciples of Sri Ramakrishna are not well. For some reason, he was pushed back. Every time he was pulled back, he was pulled back. One day, he comes to Holy Mother Sharda Devi and he says that whatever I have been taken birth, I have to experience the truth, and for what I have taken birth, I want to understand. Till then, I will not come back. I will not see you. Holy Mother takes it very seriously, and she was a bit fearful also. Anyhow, he took it, and he took the blessings of Holy Mother, and he left during his Parivrajaka days, till coming to Kanyakumari and meditating for 3 days, December 23rd, 24th, 25th. Till then, maybe 1892 something. So till then, he was seeking for what is his mission. Then afterwards coming to the West for 5 years, and afterwards coming back to India, giving lectures and starting Ramakrishna mission in 1897. Till then, if you see, as a missionary, we can see as a Vivekananda's life. Then, when he goes to Himalayas again, when he meets Amarnath, when he goes to Amarnath, we all know that he got the vision of Lord Amarnath, and he also got a special boon that you become Icha Mardi. Means whenever you desire, you can leave the body. And apart from that, when he went to Kshir Bhavani temple, now if any one of us, if you go to Jammu Kashmir, if you say Kshir Bhavani temple, it is somewhat in a fairly enough temple is there. But when Swami Vivekananda went, it was all in dilapidated condition. Why? Because Mughals destroyed it. So as any Hindu, even his blood got boiled. And he started feeling that if I was there in those times, I would have massacred all the Mughals and I would have protected that temple. And Kshir Bhavani, Divine Mother, she appears and she says, "Oh my dear, do you think that I am so weak and I cannot protect myself, I cannot protect my temple? Because I allowed, that's why they destroyed my temple." So this is just, she told and she disappeared, but it was a tight slap on Swami Vivekananda. So whatever little ego, the missionary ego, as a missionary, little ego is required to be a missionary. That's what Sri Ramakrishna says, Vidya Maya, Vidya Ham in a gospel. So whatever that was there, that also completely disintegrated, and he became just like Avaduta. So the last 3-4 years, if you see the life of Swami Vivekananda, he became a Avaduta. So when I say Avaduta, what does it mean? What are the characteristics of Avaduta? Avadutas can be like madcaps, or like a child innocency, and one or two things are there. Here Swami Vivekananda chose the role of Avaduta, more or less, in a way of child. If anyone goes ask any Brahmananda, his brother disciple, any others, as a part of administration, if they go and approach Swami Vivekananda, he used to tell, "I don't know anything. I'm the child of mother. I would like to play. Just like as a young boy I was playing in Dakshineshwar with my master, I would like to play, and I would like to just sleep at the lap of Divine Mother, and I don't know anything." So completely the child innocence has taken. No missionary zeal, no administrator, no protecting country, no spreading Vedanta, nothing you can see. Just like an Avaduta he was there. So 3 parts, each part has got a different long gap, and his mindset was completely different. So he had all the struggles. Apart from that, which one, the greatest struggle he had according to me, all of us also we have struggled. Our struggle is what? Raising our mind. Raising our mind from body level to the mental level or thoughts level, from mental or thought level to spiritual level is what our struggle. And he also had a struggle in a inverse form. His struggle was always bringing his mind down, was a great struggle for most of his time. Once he experienced Nirvikalpa Samadhi, afterwards, every time his mind used to go for meditation. He wanted to meditate because he was a born meditator. Dhyana Siddha, as Sri Ramakrishna says. He wanted to spend his time in the meditation all the time, because he came from Saptarshi Mandala. Nara Rishi was always there in the Saptarshi Mandala. The 7 Rishis, they will be always meditating, and there will be Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So his born nature, his inherent nature is what? He wants to meditate and he wants to experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now he has to do missionary work. Because of the missionary work, he had to pull his mind down and he had to bring his mind down. That was the greatest difficulty, spiritual struggle Swami Vivekananda had. This is the broad canvas in the given point of time. Probably these are the things I would like to emphasize. And apart from that, as a spiritual aspirant, many times we feel, I have accepted a God, I have accepted a path, I have accepted someone as a guru, but many times our faith is questioned. If we question ourselves, our faith is not complete. Our faith is not enough. That we can see even in the life of Swami Vivekananda, the ups and downs which we saw. And one more question may come for all of us. At least when I was studying Swami Vivekananda's life in his end days, I got this question. How Swami Vivekananda was able to experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi at this young age? Okay, is an incarnation, is a prophet, is a saint. Keeping all that aside, from a humanistic point, as a humanistic approach, if you try to read Swami Vivekananda's life, the question will come or should come, at the age of 23 or 25, he experienced Nirvikalpa Samadhi, or maybe 26, 27. How is it possible? What made him to experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi? And why not for us? Or why we are not able to experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi? If not all, many of us, we desire though, or we want to establish in meditation, we want to have a control of mind, control of thoughts, all these things, but we are not able to. Probably just one a glaring incident I would like to tell. There are many things, which one glaring incident I would like to tell, that Sri Ramakrishna, before his passing away, few days before, Sri Ramakrishna called Swami Vivekananda as a young Hare. He said, look, when I was doing a spiritual sadhana, I got lot of occult powers. The occult powers are listed, 8 occult powers. Anima, Garima, Mahima, Lagima, Vashikarnatva, Vakpatutva, like that. So Anima means you can become like a smallest, like an atom. When you read Ramayana, we will come across with Hanuman's life actually. And Mahima means you can become like a bigger one, like a tall one, like even Mount Everest. And Lagima, Mahima, and also Garima means you can become like a paper, a piece of paper, so that you can become so light. And Vakpatutva means you can control anyone. By talking, by your speech, you can control anyone. So there are 8 occult powers. Sri Ramakrishna also had. Hardly 2 or 3 times Sri Ramakrishna had used that for some good of people. Sri Ramakrishna says, my dear, I have got all these powers. And I am not, because I am not using it, it simply get wasted. It is wasted. So shall I give to you? I would like to give to you. So it is like jackpot. Now imagine if someone asks us, if someone saint comes and asks, oh my dear, I have got Ashtasiddhi, can you take? People have got 1 or 2, they become very famous people and they become, God or whatnot. Now in Swami Vivekananda's case, all 8 siddhis, Ashtasiddhis are there, and unasked, Swami Vivekananda has been given the offer that you would like to have. If the same case, if you ask anyone, Sri Ramakrishna, if you come and ask, most of us we may say that, yes please, I will be grateful and yes. But Sri Ramakrishna, young Naren, he asked a straight question, instantly, straight question he asked, sir, by this Ashtasiddhis, am I or can I experience God? Can I experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi? It was a straight question by young Naren to Sri Ramakrishna. By this Ashtasiddhis, can I experience God? Sri Ramakrishna said, no. By this you cannot experience God. Maybe sometimes you may be deviated from your spiritual path. Because of the powers you have got, power can corrupt the people, so it can corrupt your mind also. That's what Sri Ramakrishna said. Instantly he said, no sir, I don't need any Ashtasiddhis, and he rejected. And Swami Vivekananda says, reject the weakness, or reject the things which is making you physically, mentally weak. Reject it like a poison. Whichever is making you physically weak, mentally weak, intellectually weak, emotionally weak, morally or spiritually weak, reject it as a poison, he says. And same thing has been followed by Swami Vivekananda in his life. He instantly rejected. Sorry sir, I don't need it. Because which is not helpful for my spiritual life or God-centered life. I don't need Ashtasiddhi or anything. So that preparation, that state of mind as a sadhaka Narendra he had, that's why he was able to do meditation for a long time, and he had a purity of mind, he was so ethical and moral and all these things. That's why probably he was able to experience the highest transcendental experience called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, and apart from that, his father passed away just because of post-graduation. He had to face a lot of things. He also had to face unemployment problem. He had to face many times, he had to go for hunger. All these things, but none of them made him negative. None of them made pessimistic. None of them made getting away from the God or the spirituality. And none of them also made unethical or immoral or getting away from that. So when you see, or when we study life of great saints, we all get motivated, we all get inspired, no doubt. But apart from that, we should also understand they faced more troubles, they faced more challenges, they faced more struggles actually. But in spite of all that, they were able to cross over by because of the confidence, Ashraddha, and because of the Abhi, fearlessness. May Swami Vivekananda bless all of us on this auspicious day so that we shall also endure that Shraddha. Shraddha means faith in God and faith in oneself. And the second is Abhi, that is fearlessness, so that we shall also take the path of truth and we shall experience the truth and we shall make our life happy and peaceful. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितैयदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो अग्नेरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्नेरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद यो अप्सुनावं प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वैश्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्।
Vivekananda नमः। ओम क्रोम गंगे चैमने चैवा गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी जलेस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु। ओम बम ओम एते गंधपुष्पे तीर्थेभ्यो नमः। ओम तद्विष्णु परम परम सदा पश्यन्ति सुदेव चक्षातं ओम पवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां गतो पिब स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं समायातुं तदशुचिः। ओम द्वारदेवताभ्यो नमः। ओम द्वारदेवताभ्यो नमः।
ॐ नमः श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानंद सूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहरिणे। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। Namaste. It is a great honor to be present at this divine occasion and sharing thoughts about Swami Vivekananda. Pranams to Swami Shanti Ji for having me here and to share the experiences at this great occasion of Swami Vivekananda's Jayanti. Swami Vivekananda was an eternal inspiration for all of us. Swami Vivekananda, when you say about the word about Swami Vivekananda, it is always about motivation, it is always about inspiration, and it is always about constant development for all of us. Sometimes we hear a lot of inspirational stories, we hear a lot of motivational stories, but once you go back to your work and you go back to your studies, we come back to the reality and say, "Arey yaar, I'm back to the reality," and we forget. But Swami Vivekananda, according to me, is one such passion. Swami Vivekananda is one such eternal soul that actually stays with you as a constant inspiration. He just fuses into your bloodstream and your mind, is what I always feel. Faith. Swami Vivekananda always believed in people who actually believed in themselves. So we try to believe in a lot of people around us, but we forget to believe in ourselves. So that is a great essence that Swami Vivekananda used to give to all of us. Swamiji was saying it was amazing. He was talking about how Vivekananda got the Nirvikalpa Samadhi and how it became an Avadhuta. Sister Christine, when Swami Vivekananda was running over the globe, Sister Christine talks about the same thing about how Swami Vivekananda was. When Vivekananda said, "They alone live who live for others, others are dead more than alive." What does it really mean? All of us follow the people who actually do something. So we don't just follow people who just talk and don't do it. But Swami Vivekananda, when he said something, he used to follow that. Sister Christine says, when Swami Vivekananda visited us, there were a lot of monks, there were a lot of people, there were so many missionaries who came to us, but it was only Swami Vivekananda who actually shared their joy, shared his sorrow, shared our joy, shared our sorrows, and he used to also mourn with us. So that is Swami Vivekananda. But also Sister Christine says, though Swami Vivekananda was going into your life, but he never forgot who he was. He always felt the divine connection between him and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He always knew what his purpose of life was. This was the greatness of Swami Vivekananda that the whole globe talks about. It is so wonderful seeing such a nice thing that there are so many young people here. Vivekananda used to always say, youth is in mind and not in age. So even though we are 60 years, if you have the young mind, you're always young. Vivekananda always felt that his future generation was always the young people. Young people did not mean who were in 20s and 30s. He meant who had the young mind. And for the young people to have the right passion and to have the right inspiration, I think Swamiji and Ramakrishna Ashrama is the best place, which is a mission to actually, who is following Swami Vivekananda's dream to reality. To be, say, talking of all about Swami Vivekananda, and just to say a brief thing about my personal feeling of how Swami Vivekananda was influenced in me. While I was in second PU, all of us know how important second PU is. When everybody's concentration from art and music and dance, drama, everything was focused to education, my focus was from education to music, dance, art, drama, and public speaking. So when everybody came into studies in second PU, I was deviated from that. And my mom was very anxious. She was very upset. In fact, she was once without me noticing. She went to my guru and said, I know he's doing very well in music, speaking, and everything, but can you please ask him not to do it for the next few years, because that is the phase that he actually is going to take his further life. But I never knew who really Swami Vivekananda was. I just heard his name all those years. But once, when I was in second PU, my guru initiated me into Swami Vivekananda and said that I had to speak about Vivekananda when I was just 15 days away from my exam. And my mom was baffled, and my guru told me, if at all it is about dharmo da rakshati rakshitaha, if you are trying to save your dharma, dharma will definitely save you. And from that day, believe me, it is my personal experience. It started from that age of when Swami Vivekananda actually came into my mind, and after then, it was always a first class distinction until my masters. And this is definitely not because of what I have done, it is not because of what I feel, it is all about the belief, the faith, and inspiration and the passion that Swami Vivekananda came into me when I started learning his readings and teachings, and when I was totally into art through Vivekananda, and it is taking me till day today, even when I'm here today. I think it is a great opportunity for me to be sharing about my experience and talking about Swami Vivekananda. I would like to give a heartfelt thanks and my pranams to Swami Shantivartanand ji, who has been an inspiration for all of us. He's a very gentle soul for all of us, and I feel very happy to be staying here for this gracious occasion. Jai Ram Krishna. Thank you, everyone. And I would just like to say how Vivekananda words actually inspired me. He always, two words that actually inspired me. I never had belief in me that I will ever speak or I will ever sing or ever enact on stage, but his words just transformed me. He said, all the powers in the universe are already ours. It is we who have just kept our hands before our eyes and cried that it is dark. He says, take up one idea. You just need one idea, just one idea. Just think of it, dream of it, live in it. Let your brain, nerves, muscles, each and every part of your body, just think of it and nothing else. This is the great way to success, and this is the great way in which spiritual giants are produced. And this is the great learnings of Swami Vivekananda. I think all of us can take to our life with this great day of Swami Vivekananda Jayanti. Thank you very much. Jai Ram Krishna. Namaste Pranam.
We now have children from Gokulam.
Today we will be reciting Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, from shloka 1 to shloka 5.
Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Atha Chaturthyodhyayah. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogaha. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvakave Bravit.
Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka 2. Evam parampara praptam imam rajashayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka 9. Sa eva yannaya edya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me saka cheti rahasyam yetatuttamam. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka 4. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvatah कथमेतद् विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवान् इति.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna. Tanyaham veda sarvani natam veda parantapa.
Namaste.
Here, and I've also shared the hymns that we will be singing now in the Swami Jayanti group and also in the EBS chat group. So anybody who has, I just shared the link because other things are not here. So if you can just.
Did you get it? So the first one
The
is
first song
Masalya.
is Brahmasavya. It's hymn 17 in this book.
Yeah, hymn number 17 in this small plus. Yeah, that one, the same. Hymn number 17, please. This should be okay. Or no? You didn't find out?
Please everyone follow. There is a group already in the WhatsApp. Just follow that.
Vivekananda
Tumi Vishnu Prajapati Shankaravi Para Brahma Para Para Vedamani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Manovarana Shashana Kampushane Narutranu Nare Hari Chakshushane Guru Prana Parayana Deva Gane Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Kula Kundalini Huma Panja Kare Vidhi Grandhi Vidarana Kala Kare Mama Manasa Chanchala Ratra Dine Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Vibhushudana Mandala Nayak He Sukha Shanti Varamaya Dayak He Prayotapa Hare Tapa Nama Guni Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Guru Deva Daya Karu Dina Jani Abhimana Swami's Jaya Veereshwara.
In 23.
Jaya Veereshwara Viveka Bhaskara Jaya Jaya Shri Vivekananda Jaya Veereshwara Viveka Bhaskara Jaya Jaya Shri Vivekananda
शक्ति संयुक्तं भाणाख्यं च महाप्रभुं काममानान्तं देवं संसाधनं च शृंगारं सोल्लासं भाणाख्यं परमेश्वरं देवं भाणाख्यं भाणाख्यं
Number 101, page 40.
Which hymn? Tateya, Tateya, Namaste.
Page number, hymn 101,
One.
page number 47.
Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Bam Baba Bajita. Bam Baba Bajita. Dimi 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 Damarubadi. Dimi 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 Damarubadi. Dumi Se Kamalama. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Ugaliya Nalo Trishula Raje, Garudi Ganga Jatamaje. Ugaliya Nalo Trishula Raje, Dak 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 Mauli Banda, Dak 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 Mauli Banda, Jani Shashanka Bhan, Jani Shashanka Bhan. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Bam Baba Bajita. Bam Baba Bajita. Dimi 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 Damarubadi. Dimi 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 Damarubadi. Duli Se Kapalaman. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Tateya, Tateya, Nache Bola. Now that video is going to change.
गुरुदेकमलमध्ये राजकामेर्विकल्पं सरसकिलवेदातीतमेकस्वरूपं तपदविकृशून्यं नित्यमानन्दमूर्तिं विमलपरमहंसं रामकृष्णं भजामः निरुपमतिसूक्ष्मं निष्प्रपञ्चं निरीहं गगनसदृशमीशं सर्वभूतादिवासं त्रिगुणरहितसच्चिद्ब्रह्मरूपं वरेण्यं विमलपरमहंसं
First of all, hello everyone. Thank you for coming here today at Ashrama. Maharaji has given me an opportunity to speak about a short life of Swami Vivekananda, rather reading from one of his, wherein I'll start from here. Boy Narendranath, the future Swami Vivekananda, was born in the famous Datta family of Shimla in Calcutta. His family name was Narendranath Datta. His grandfather, Durga Charan Datta, was a gifted man, well versed in Persian and Sanskrit, and had a great aptitude for law. But at the age of 25, after the birth of his son Vishwanath, he renounced the worldly life and became a monk. Vishwanath Datta, father of Swami Vivekananda, was also endowed with many qualities of head and heart, for which he commanded great respect from one and all. He was a proficient in English and Persian and took delight in the study of the Bible and the poems of Persian poet Hafiz. He took to law as a profession and became a successful attorney at the law in High Court of Calcutta. He was a man of deep compassion and great empathy, and his charity very often knew no discrimination. Vishwanath was a great lover of music and had very good voice. He it was who insisted and his son Narendranath should study music, for looked upon is as the source of much pleasure. Vishwanath was blessed with a wife who was his peer in all respects. She was exceptionally intelligent and possessed royal dignity and fire of one born. As it were to royal estate, she won the respect and veneration of all who came in contact with her, and her judgment was followed in the conduct of all affairs that mattered. Calm resignation to the will of God in all circumstances, strength and reserve characterized this Hindu woman. The poor and the helpless were the special objects of her solicitude. She was noted for her unusual memory and knew by heart long passages from the great epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, which she read daily. Of such parent was born on Monday, 12th of January, 1863, Narendranath, who afterwards is known as Swami Vivekananda, shook the world and ushered in a new age of glory and splendor for India. The influence of the mother in the formation of the character and the development of the mind of a child is always very great. Narendranath used to tell later how his mother had taught him his first English words, and he mastered the Bengali alphabet under her tutorship. It was at her knee that he first heard the tales of Ramayana and the Mahabharata. His boyish imagination was captivated by the life of Sri Rama, an incarnation of God, and he purchased a clay image of Sita Rama and worshipped it with flowers. Sometimes Shiva took the place of Rama as the object of worship by Narendranath, but nevertheless, the Ramayana had the greatest fascination for him. And whenever the Ramayana was to be read in the neighborhood, he was sure to be there. Sometimes he was so enraptured by the thrilling episodes of Rama's life that he forgot all about home. Naren, as he was now called, liked to play at meditation. Though it was play, sometimes it awakened in him a deep spiritual emotions which made him unconscious of the outer world. One day he lost himself so much in the mimic meditation in a secluded corner of the house that his relatives had to force open the door and shake him to bring him back to normal consciousness. Naren had a fascination for wandering monks. Whenever a sadhu came to the door, Naren would be delighted and give him anything from the house as an offering. Naren would also have a peculiar experience when he would try to go to sleep. As soon as he closed his eyes, there appeared between his eyebrows a wonderful spot of light of changing colors, which would expand and burst and bathe his whole body with a flood of white radiance. As the mind became preoccupied with this phenomenon, the body would fall asleep. It was a regular occurrence with him, and Narendranath thought this phenomenon was natural with everybody. But it indicated his great spiritual potentiality. There was, however, another side of his character. As a child, Narendranath was very naughty and was hard to manage. It's indeed two nurses to take care. It required maybe two nurses to take care of him. He was extraordinary, relentless, and at times beyond control. Referring to this, his mother used to say, "I prayed to Shiva for a son, and he sent me one of his demons." He was also a great tease. He would annoy his sisters, and when chased, would take refuge in the open drain, grinding and making faces at them in safety, for they would not follow him there. The family cow was one of his playmates, and he had a number of pet animals and birds, among which were monkey, goat, peacock, pigeon, and 2 or 3 guinea pigs. Of the servant, the coachman was his special friend, and one of the ambitions of his childhood was to become a Sikh or groom. To him, the Sikh were with his turban and his whip, which is flourished as the carriage rolled on, was a magnificent person. At the age of 6, Naren was sent to a primary school. At school, one is apt to meet with strange comrades, and after a few days, he had acquired a vocabulary which quite upset the family's sense of propriety. So he was removed from the school, and a private tutor was engaged for him. Soon Naren showed remarkable intelligence in his studies. He learned to read, write, while other boys were wrestling with the alphabet. His memory was prodigious. He had only to listen the tutor's reading to learn the lesson. At the age of 7, he knew by memory almost the whole Mugdha Bodha, a Sanskrit grammar, as well as passages of great length from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. When 7 years old, Narendra joined the Metropolitan Institution founded by Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. His exceptional intelligence was at once recognized by teachers and classmates. But he was so restless that they say he never really sat down at his desk at all. Narendra was favorite of his companions. He was always the leader among his friends. His favorite game was king and the court. The throne was the highest step of the stairs in a room. There he would install himself. No one was allowed to sit on the same level. From there he created his prime minister, commander-in-chief, tributary princesses, and other state officials, and seated them on steps according to their rank. He enacted a darbar and administered justice with royal dignity. The slightest insubordination was put down by a disapproving player. When he played, his play was lively. At the school, when the class was dispersed for lunch, he would be the first to finish and run back to playground. New games was always fascinated him, and he invented many to amuse himself and his friends. Disputes often arose among the boys, and it was to Naren that the disputants came as to a court of arbitration. Often he would turn the classroom into his playgrounds. Even during the lessons, he would entertain his friends with stories of wild pranks he had played at home, or with the tales of Ramayana or Mahabharata. Once during a lesson, the teacher suddenly asked Naren and his friends, who were talking amongst themselves, to repeat what he had been saying. All were silent, but Naren, having the power to double his mind, was able to listen to the lesson while he amused the boys. He answered correctly all the questions put in him. The teacher then asked who had been talking during the lesson, and would not believe the boys when they pointed to Naren. Teacher would often find it difficult to tackle such a story. Such was Swami Vivekananda. Om Shanti 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 Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you.
We now have singing by Dr. Rango. The songs that we will be singing, the names they have been shared in the book as well.
I have a book, my dear.
Some of you can come front so that people whoever comes back, they can join, if you don't mind.
You can sing along in the books on page 36 in the yellow book, or the lyrics are also in the group chat. And the first song, Jayambe, Jaganambe Devi, Jayamajana. Jai Ambe Jagadambe This next song is, you might know, Kavi Ram Banke.
पुष्पं पुष्पं प्राणाकल्पये तेजस्तत्तं च दीपार्थं नैवेद्यं संसुदं दधिः अनाहताकलिङ्गः वायुतत्त्वं च चामरं सहस्रारं भवेच्छत्वं शब्दतत्त्वं च गीतकं वृत्तिन्द्रियकर्माणि चाञ्चल्यं सस्तथा सुमेखलां पद्ममाल्यां पुष्पं नानाविधं प्रदान् अमायादेवां पुष्पैः रचयेत् भावगोचरम् अमयामहङ्कारमरागमवदं प्रदान्
Shambho Mahadeva, page 36. Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva. Shambho Mahadeva, Shiva Shambho Om
Vivekananda Namaha Om Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasraparasamuni Vishwato Rukva Asyatishwadashanulam Purusha
Now have Manasa will chant verses from the Upanishad. Again, this is being shared in the both the groups. And English translations are also provided. I'll just briefly go through that, and anybody who wants to chant it can join. So the verses that are being here, chanted here, starts from the third verse. Know the Atman to be the master of the chariot, the body, chariot, the intellect, the charioteer, and the mind, the reins. The senses, they say, are the horses, the objects, the roads. The wise call the Atman, united with the body, the senses, and the mind, the enjoyer. If the buddhi, being related to a mind that is always distracted, loses its discriminations, then the senses become uncontrolled, like the vicious horses of a charioteer. But if the buddhi, being related to a mind that is always restrained, possesses discrimination, then the senses come under control, like the good horses of a charioteer. If the buddhi, being related to a distracted mind, loses its discrimination and therefore always remains impure, then the embodied soul never attains the goal, but enters into the round of births. But if the buddhi, being related to a mind that is restrained, possesses discrimination, and therefore always remains pure, then the embodied soul attains that goal from which he is not born again. A man who has discrimination for his charioteer and holds the reins of the mind firmly reaches the end of the road, and that is the supreme position of Vishnu. Beyond the senses are the objects. Beyond the objects is the mind. Beyond the mind, the intellect. Beyond the intellect, the great Atman. Beyond the great Atman, the unmanifest. Beyond the unmanifest, the Purusha. Beyond the Purusha, there is nothing. This is the end, the supreme goal. That self, hidden in all beings, does not shine forth, but it is seen by subtle seers through their one-pointed and subtle intellects. Arise, awake, approach the great and learn. Like the sharp edge of a razor is that path. So the wise say, hard to tread and difficult to cross. So Malvika is going to chant these hymns now, and as I said, it's there in the group. Anybody who would like to join in with her, please.
Atmanam rathinam vidhi shariram rathamevatu buddhim tu sarathim vidhi manah pragrahamevacha indriyani hayanahu vishayansteshu gocharan Atmendriya manojuktam bhuktityahurmanishinaha yastu avijnanavan bhavati ayuktena manasa sada tassendriyanavashyani dushtasva iva sarathe Yastu vijnanavan bhavati yuktena manasa sada tassendriyani vashyani sadashva iva sarathe yastu avijnanavan bhavati amanaskaha sadaha shuchi Nasatat padamapnoti samsaram chadhigacchati yastu vijnanavan bhavati samanaskashada shuchi satu tat padamapnoti yasmad bhuya na jayate ज्ञानसारथिर्यस्तु मनः प्रग्रहवन्नरः शुद्धनः पारमाप्नोति तद्विष्णुः परमं पदम् इन्द्रियेभ्यः पराह्यार्थः अर्थेभ्यश्च परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः बुद्धिरात्मा महान् परः महतः परमव्यक्तम् अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः पुरुषन्न परं किञ्चित् सा कष्टा सा परागतिः ईसा सर्वेषु भूतेषु गूढत्माना प्रकाशते दृश्यते तव ग्राह्य बुद्ध्या सूक्ष्मया सूक्ष्मदर्शिभिः उत्सिष्टत जाग्रत प्राप्य वराणि बोधत शूरस्य धारा निष्ठा दूरतया दुर्गम पथस्त कवयो वदन्ति
We now have music by Masina.
by Swami Dikshitar. It's based in Raga Hamsapani, which is played in auspicious occasions to create positive energy and calming effect. So I'm starting with it to dedicate this to Swamiji on this auspicious occasion and seek his blessings. And I'll end with Tumakajarita Ramachandra. Thank you.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the divine. Let us imagine that the body is surrounded by divine light. Just like air is outside a pot. Just imagine that this body is like a pot, and around it, pure divine light of pure consciousness. Let us feel that equally this divine light is inside the body. Equally inside and outside. Let us feel the real divine presence all around us, within us and beyond us. Let us be aware of how we are seated. Let us make sure that the chest, the neck and the head is arranged in a straight line. Let us remain alert and yet relaxed. Let us offer the vessels of body and mind for the service of the divine. Let us surrender any sense of ego, to dissolve it in the light of the divine. Let us express our feeling of the source of all by chanting the primordial sound of Om. Try to express this individually, not necessarily in harmony, but at your own pace, in your own time. Sound symbol throughout the body and beyond to the atmosphere around. Just imagine in front of us our own body. Let us feel that we have an inexhaustible source of love, goodness, generosity in the form of imaginary flowers. Let us dispense these flowers on our own body. Let us repeat as we do so, inwardly, strong, true, wise, full, free, truth, beauty, goodness, love, harmony. Let us do the same with our inexhaustible series of flowers to the room beyond, to all those present, to all beings, asserting may all beings be happy, may all beings be peaceful, may all beings be blissful. We do this beyond the borders of buildings. We do this to the island of Ireland and the seas beyond, and the whole globe. Let us see the borders of the earth. Let Let us see the curvature of it and the dark space beyond. Let us dispense our flowers of love and goodness to all those things that wink and things don't, things that sparkle, things that remain. Asserting, may all beings be happy, may all beings be blissful. Let us do the same to all the entire universe with its spinning galaxies, out to the borders of the observable universe and beyond, and the interspace between. Let us turn our attention now to the awareness of the body and how it is seated. Let us feel the connection that the body has with where we are seated, the Mother Earth. Whatever physical sensation that you feel, be aware of it. Be aware of it as an object of your awareness. And shift our attention around the body. Let's start off with the shoulders. Be aware of the left one and then the right one. Transfer your attention to the knees. Feel the awareness of the sensation in the different parts of the body that you are shifting your attention to. The Om which we have just recited, let us feel that it fills every single cell of the body. Let us feel the body being energized by the pure light of life itself, of the light of intelligence and consciousness and bliss. Let us feel that every cell and every molecule of the body is infused with divine light, with pure consciousness. Let us be aware of all these things. Let us close the eyes gently but not tightly. Let us relax the eyelids, so allow the eyeballs to sink down into their sockets. Let us surrender the entire body as an instrument or chariot of the divine. Let us feel the flow of divine grace through the body to the tips of the fingers and beyond. Let us repeat an inward prayer. Lord, I surrender this body to you for your use. I make it an instrument of your peace and your love. Let us be aware of our breathing. Firstly, let us be aware of the inflow of breath and the outflow. Just not try to change it. Accept its flow. Just feel that the movement of the lungs is the expression of divine grace and divine love. Just feel a sense of thankfulness that that being is sustaining the breath. That being is sustaining and renewing every single cell of the body. That being is life itself. Just observe this process of breathing without changing it, accepting its rhythm. Just feel how the whole universe breathes in and out to the same rhythm, like the oceans rising and falling. Just breathe normally, regularly, with great sense of gratitude. That one which is aware of body and breath, that is awareness itself. Just feel the glory of our own being, which is pure awareness. The one that witnesses all things. Let us now turn to the atmosphere of silence. Silence is stillness. Let us observe how thoughts arise and how they leave, like musical notes that come and go. Both body and mind are like the notes of music, expressed from the voice of God. With different harmonies, frequencies, oscillations. It is all part of a wave system. So that everything that we see inwardly or outwardly is just a series of divine waves, expressions of divine glory, divine grace flowing within us and outside us, and as every object and scene and person and place. Let us mentally make a salutation to that which dances like musical notes everywhere, dancing in perfect harmony as atoms, molecules, waves of different colors. Let us draw our attention to what the ears are listening to right now. These two are waves. Whatever we hear is followed by a silence. Let us be aware and observant of it all, and assert, I am that awareness. I am the awareness of the rising and falling of images and pictures. I observe all the things that change, all the objects in space. I can see how they start. I can see how they play. And I can see how they end. This body and this mind consists of divine waves that rise and fall. I am this awareness. I am the awareness of impressions that come and go. Like waves in an ocean, I am aware of the divine light of pure consciousness all around. I am like a book with a history. I open myself, this book. I open the heart. I open all the centers of the body and the mind that prevent me from accessing my own immortal awareness. Let us withdraw our attention from body and mind, knowing that these are waves of divine grace. I enter deeper into my inner self. I sink down deeply into my inner core, where I find awareness itself. The eternal witness that never changes. Like a divine light deep within my core, and I enter into it, where nearness becomes oneness, and there I stay. I am that. I am the awareness of the play of forms and colors. I am the awareness of every sound. I am the awareness of every pressure on the skin. I am the awareness of every scene in waking or dream. I am the awareness of eternal peace. I am complete. I am their perfection. I am that which shines, and that shining all things shine. I am the awareness. I am pure being. This pure being concedes to form itself as the giant waves that come and go and reform and change and guide those eternal lights that come from age to age, seated in our hearts, blessing all, radiating its goodness to every cell of the body, to everything that moves, to everything that contains both inertness as well as radiance and activity, as well as illumination. That which lights the sun and reflects its light in the moon and twinkles as the stars, that is the same as the breath in the body. Our salutations to all those great teachers who come for our benefit, to guide us to this inner realization. Just take a slow, deep breath in as we become aware of our role as actors in this divine play. Let us be aware of how we are seated once more in the presence of the body. Let us tune our minds in to the realization of the divinity in every being, through every being, as every being and beyond. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be with all. Remain seated quietly. Slowly open the eyes. And turn the lights up.
The devotees, they have pushpans, for long time. Many of you are sitting, you can get up and feel relaxed to it. We'll sprinkle the water, wash your hands, then flowers will be given, then we'll utter the pushpans and wash. Anybody remaining with the water?
Hold on. Flowers?
Om Aim Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Srimad Vivekanandaya Vaushatam Om Aim Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Srimad Vivekanandaya Vaushatam Om Aim Yesha Sachandana Pushpanjali Srimad Vivekanandaya Vaushatam. Pranama mantra. Namashri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. We shall all pray and offer our pranams and salutations to Swami Vivekananda on this day. And we shall pray for his blessings, for strength, health and wealth, and his divine grace.
আমি তোমারটা দিয়ে দেব।
You can take your seats. We'll have Arati, then we'll move for Prasad.
Take your seat.
For Arati, we will have the first hymn, Khandana.
Yeah. Hari
hymn free.
Two or three announcements we have got. Coming February 18th, that is I think Saturday, we have got spiritual initiation from Swami Sarvasthananji, who is the ministry in charge of Ramakrishna Vedanta Center, UK, that is London. As you know, in our order, generally whenever we have been instructed or given permission from our headquarters, then only we give the initiation. Previous year we had initiation and Revered Westman Maharaj Suitanji had come. If you remember, some of you might have taken already. So this 18th, she's the only 15th February, sorry, apologies. So he's the only authorized person as of now for our Dublin Ramakrishna Vedanta Center. If anyone of you are interested in spiritual initiation, after the program you can contact me. On 16th of February, we have got a one-day retreat, spiritual retreat on how to practice, regarding spiritual practice, control of mind and meditation, 10 to 4, free registration. So whoever is interested, please, it is available from tomorrow onwards in the website. Also, we have got a pamphlets in the Vivekananda hall. You are also welcome. On February 1st week, that is on the Sunday, we have got an online session on holistic wellness. Some of the devotees, they were requesting for this. So one Swami, Dayadeepananda, is a doctor by profession, is allopathy doctor, and at the same time he also teaches holistic wellness. He's well versed in that. For 1.5 hour online class will be there on holistic wellness. You are also welcome to join the class. Thank you.